So what you're seeing right now is me trying to figure out how to put these together. Yeah, I looked at the Spark mic. I think I'm going to start talking about this later on. And then the Elysis. And then, yeah, all of these little pieces. I realized here that I didn't have all of the parts that needed to work. I spoke to ChatGPT, and it gave me a couple of things. My husband brought that back, which is the extension that I needed to plug the new little mini keyboard, MIDI lab, into the iPad. That would not have worked otherwise because the links are slightly different, and that was probably for use of a laptop more than anything else. But if you get the right extensions, as we've discovered, it can be done. And that is the important part of this lesson, is before you start or as you start developing the vision of what you're wanting to set up, this is working. And in order for this to work, you need to go into the paperwork that goes with this and upload or download some information first before it starts working for you. And depending on the device, you put that in the device that you're going to use. And it does come with other softwares, but you don't need those. If you have Logic Pro X or GarageBand, it works directly from there. No need for that if you set it up already accordingly. And this is just to show you the different variations. Yeah, welcome back, guys. Sorry, it's taken me a little bit of time to figure this out. I needed a few days to assess how I'm going to go about doing this. So this is in regards to the Arturia. Apparently I had all the Elysis is the one that I had before, and I actually did have an account, thank goodness. So in order to use this, you need to actually download the data, download the information from the instruction book. I don't know, it's somewhere in here. From the instruction book, I have a whole bunch of instruction books. Instruction book in order to use the actual software, which is not even software, the actual equipment, because I obviously want to make sure that you've purchased the item and it's legally under your name and all that stuff. And it turns out that I actually did need an extension. So you get this cable. This is the cable you get when you first open it up, okay? And this is just a USB. But in order for this to work let me just bring it closer. In order for this to work with an iPad, you need this extension. This is what it looks like. So this goes into the iPad. Okay? So that's the extension. This is it's a lightning to, it's called lightning to USB camera adapter. Okay, that's what this is. So this is what you would need, okay, if you use Apple. And obviously you probably wouldn't be joining me if you weren't using Apple, because Logic Pro is what we're going to talk about in GarageBand. We're going back into that today. So I'm going to move this over here. This is going to be the portable format. We cannot put this together yet because there's another adapter I need. This is the MIDI that you need if you want to add other music equipment. So for instance, you have a guitar or a microphone, a ukulele. I was going to test it out with the ukulele. This is what you'll need next to plug in different types of things. And this is sort of portable, but you probably need an extra extension cable to plug it in. You would need 2 extensions to plug this into the iPad, and then, or another extension to connect all 3 of them. So you would have to have 3 of these. You'd have to have 3 cables. You'd have to have three extensions in order for 1, 2, 3. These 2 extensions for this, the Yamaha AGO6, and then you need the Arturia. You would need another one. So we're going to leave this aside for now because we're not going to necessarily need this at the moment. We're just doing an introduction to this. Okay, this is the extension you need when you start adding in like music equipment, like guitars, and so there are two sides, guitars and microphones. But we're not going to use this yet because as I mentioned, you need to have another extension for this. I am, however, the Spark mic box, okay? But this mic box is going to be my little desk. So even though we're not going to use the mic at the moment, this is what the mic looks like once again. This is the one I will be using for this particular setup. I'll pull this out, so I'll show you what's in the box. I showed this in one of the first couple of videos. Once again, this has a bit of a dent. This is a classic piece. I haven't seen, I did accidentally drop this. I don't know how I managed to do that. So this will be my portable mic. And then you need like stand, which I have, but we're not going to set this up. So these cables would plug into, interesting. No, actually. Generally it would. You need another extension. So this would go into another extension, which we do not have at the moment. Maybe for a mic, for a speaker. So you plug this in to that, and then there's like a hole, but we're not doing this just yet. So we're leaving this out, even though this comes in the box. This we don't need at the moment. Okay, this you buy separately. Okay, I bought this a while ago at Guitar Center when I first started working there. Okay, so the Spark mic, this is great for a starting microphone, a very, very good, reasonable priced. I think it's about 100 and something. I don't know if they have the reds or the oranges anymore, but they definitely have ones that are black. So something to consider. Okay, I'm gonna put this back. So in the meantime, we are using this box will be used as the other part of, I wonder if I should bring this over, the other part of the portable setup. Oh yeah, and then you also need and this is a cover I got. So I got this cover. It didn't come together, but you can buy this online on Amazon as well. I think I put the link on there. Great cover. This is cool because you can actually literally walk around with it. You have a strap to go over your neck. You can put it through your hand, or you can, what we're going to do now is we're going to literally, we don't need that at the moment. We are going to set it up where you're going to use it as, you're going to stand it up. Oops. Okay, so you're going to stand, this is where we're going to have it stand up. So we're going to put it here. And these are gamers headsets. But since I like the headphones and the quality, the surround sound of these headphones were actually really good. This is a Bluetooth headset. So that means in order to make this work, you need to actually, obviously you need to put it on. They do recommend you, I don't know if I want to do it just yet, but I'm going to show it. So this is the Bluetooth headset, meaning none of this stuff you need to necessarily plug in. This is, I'll show you now. This is what makes it so cool. This is the only cable you need for this to work, okay? Oops. This goes in here. Okay. And this one, oh yeah, we're going to use this case as the extra weight in the back for this. Okay, so we're going to move this, and we're going to try to place it like that. Okay, so there's a little bit more weight there. Okay, so you can see, I mean, all of these, when you carry, so with all these the boxes that you have, that you carry your items with, these become like a little desk. Okay, so this can all be used accordingly, which is great. That's what portability is all about. Okay, now we're going to go back into, we don't need these we're going to leave aside. Now we're going to plug this back in. So say you've already set this up, right? That's already separated, got that together. Now you're going to plug this part, this extension, into your iPad. Okay. So accessory connected, that means it is already connected in there. So I suppose I set it up yesterday, so that means, okay, so it is actually, I'm not using, let's find another sound, let's find a keyboard sound. So this is even GarageBand, so to even start off with GarageBand still might be a better bet at the moment. Let's do grand piano, classical grand piano. Okay, done. Okay, you see that there? I'm not using my... So this is a very, very, very simple way to go about doing this. Literally portable. So if you want to go on holiday, okay. You can't do whole songs on here, for instance. And you can create beats on this. So if you're, I remember somebody talking about how do you create beats. This is the example. Let's see, we go into, let's find another sound. Let's go into, we have to go into this. Now we're gonna add, you see over here? I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're gonna add drums. Let's say we're gonna add drums. Let's add a drum. Let's use a drum set, for instance. Okay, we're gonna go back into this. So you can hit this as hard as you like, and you won't have an issue. Okay, so the keyboard doesn't work. Okay, so now that's interesting. So what you have here is almost like a drum set. You can play your cymbals, these are cymbals and hi-hat on your iPad while you go ahead and play the more rhythmic pieces on the drum pad here on the keyboard, this little Arturia. So yeah, this is definitely a workable. That's a lot better. It definitely feels a little bit more spacious. All of this stuff you do on GarageBand, you can literally send over to Logic. So starting on GarageBand would be absolutely the first step that you want to take before you even start looking at investing. So we're going to close that up. We're going into Logic now that I've gotten it, and it transfers the very thing that we did. We're going to open this. So what just happened now is, okay, and then I think the way you open this up, high score, low tom, okay, and this becomes like, it's just, you just don't visually see it. You're seeing it in a different format and it tells you what it is. But I'm not going to do anything just yet. I'm just showing you how it works. And that's basically, so, and then I was testing out, yesterday I was exploring, angle this a little bit so maybe that helps. Okay. Let's angle it out. Okay. So now you know this works. set. I mean, if you're cramped for space like I am, you have a drum set already. That's the whole gist here. Now we're gonna go back into a track that I just used loops for. Let's use this as an example. So this I did from, I think I also did this from GarageBand and then transferred it. So let's just play this, for instance. These are literally loops. Okay, so that gives you a general idea. So, okay, and say you have, I don't know, you don't necessarily have to have cat ears, but say you have a Bluetooth headset. I do recommend something that has closed ears because it actually helps you understand and hear the sound. So if you don't have a speaker, for instance, and you're in another space, my recommendation is to have closed-eared Bluetooth mic. This works with the Bluetooth because we're also playing on the iPad. So the iPad enables that. Put it in, and automatically it should, you can't hear it, but this is what it says, yeah. Bluetooth is enabled. It will tell you that automatically, and then you press. Okay, so now it's connected, right? The quality is good. Let's see if I can help you guys hear it. So what's good about this kind of thing is that this will definitely allow you to take it outside. I'm going to test this outside today. Take this outside, sit somewhere. Hopefully nobody's around that's going to take your stuff. You don't want people to come in and say, oh, we're going to just grab this and take it. So be in a safe environment to do this kind of thing, of course. But yeah, there's a lot of potential here. A lot of potential. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn this off. Okay, I'm going to have to somehow transfer. And you could probably, I haven't tried it yet, but you could probably airdrop something like this. You could probably airdrop this piece into your phone because your phone and your iPad should generally be talking to each other. Meaning, if you're using your phone, I'm using my phone right now for filming, but if you're using your phone for like GarageBand and you have Apple devices, then that could possibly be airdrop because I've tested it out. This device is not connected to your phone, for instance. So what you'd have to do is definitely airdrop the GarageBand or the GarageBand into here and then transfer that into Logic, which becomes automatic, and then, but it's the same. So if you have two upgraded versions on your phone and your iPad, the GarageBand should sync very well with the Logic Pro X. Generally, what I wanted to talk about today is it is possible. You just need that extra addition. That's like an $88 or $82 device over here, but this becomes your portable. You could probably even make, it's not going to feel like a guitar, but if you're wanting to keep it simple, you could compose pieces on here with other instruments from what they already have in Logic. So that's the talk for today. I'm going to start continuing into producing. I'm going to leave the Logic Pro X on my computer for now, except for the stuff I'm recording. I'm trying to still get the Spotify stuff on, but I can definitely use something like this to start people off at a very simple, direct, easy format for teaching on, or even producing. I should actually be producing my own tracks. I shouldn't be. I'm here to help, but I'm also here to grow as a musician as well, right? So I'm trying to not just help people, but I'm trying to help myself grow musically. So yeah, that's basically it. Please like and subscribe. You guys need to, like, if you have any questions or if you're confused, I can still see more people interested in the music theory. It's like there's that disconnect between composing. That's why I'm here. Composing music and production and how it links together. I feel like it might be a little bit more advanced for some people. So I will go back and forth on the music theory and the production and all that stuff, because I know that these two are interlocked. I never had anybody, like, I'm teaching myself to produce music. I don't think if you're a person where you're self-sufficient and you're motivated, you need to have motivation though. If you're motivated and if you're a motivated person, willing to learn the steps by yourself or through the internet, because the internet becomes very accessible for a lot of people, you can pick up production on your own. Like, I'm teaching myself these things. I don't have a teacher showing me this stuff. I just know how to read directions, and I'm learning as I go along. And you guys are watching me learn as I go along with this new setup. But this will be my go-to setup. I think I will start going outside and doing some things outside for recording. That would be kind of cool. I do wish the microphone was connected, but that will be a whole different thing completely. We'll take a little bit of time trying to figure out how everything works, but I'm giving you guys the heads up as to how to make it work on a very simplistic format. Anyway, so arigatou gozaimashita. Matashita sayonara. Jane bye-bye. And I will be back for the next one. Sorry, it took me a little bit longer to get back up, but it took me a bit of time to figure out how this works. And hopefully it will make more sense as you start doing it for yourselves.